Hey folks, here OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Inateck IPX8 rated waterproof cell phone bag, which fits in a universal smartphone with a 4-inch display all the way up to 5.7 inches. You can still access your phone's display when it's underwater, although not all phones will support this functionality. With that being said, it will work with the iPhone series up to the iPhone 6, and it will also work with the Samsung Galaxy S6 and S6 Edge. It comes in several different color options. We have the orange version here for review purposes, also comes in black and white, and you can find it directly through Amazon.com for $9.99, which is a pretty affordable price. So inside the packaging, you have access to the case itself. There's also a quick user guide on the case. And finally, there's also a strap that's included as well for you to take with you when traveling with a bag. So taking a closer look here, it's basically a very similar design to other waterproof cases that we've seen in the past. Essentially, we have just the transparent portion, which acts as both the screen protector and the portion where you can access your phone's display when underwater. So giving you guys a quick demo of how things work, there's also instructions again on the back of the card. I'm going to place an iPhone into this case, and I have a hardshell case actually on the iPhone already, so we're going to see if it still fits in here. It's a pretty bendable and malleable case, so depending on the size of your phone, it should work just fine. And you can also put in MP3 players, cash, or your wallet, just to protect it from any water or splashes. So after our phone has been inserted, we're going to close this part back up, and then lock things into place by sliding it over. And finally, when everything is done, I'm going to turn the phone's screen back on. You can see that the touchscreen is still fully functional, and I can see that everything is still seemingly working just fine on the phone. So I can put it now into water, and indeed, if I kind of fit it in there, you'll see that the phone's touchscreen display is still working even though it's now underwater, which is a nice plus. So again, if you're diving, you can still take videos, which is a nice application of this. I can open up the camera application and then see what's under the water and kind of transform a phone into a waterproof camera. And finally, if we just open up the case again after briefly drying off the surface, it's a pretty tight seal. So hopefully there shouldn't be any type of liquid or moisture on the inside. And indeed, you won't find any moisture at all. And again, your phone will be fully working just fine. So again, even though it's advertised to work with 4-inch phones and above, it still will work with previous generation iPhones like the iPhone 4S here, which has a 3.5-inch display. It's going to work just fine. If you have a larger phone like the LG G Flex with 6 inches and above, it might be pressing it. Although if you have very small borders on your phone, with very small edges, it still might work with this case. So at the end of the day, if you have a phone that isn't already waterproof and you want to take it with you when traveling, maybe to the beach, this is a good security measure. It works nicely and it's also pretty inexpensive. To learn more details, be sure to read our full written review. This has been our video. Thank you for watching here at OS Reviews.